Hey guys, my name is Marcus and welcome to my channel. Today we are here to talk about the season finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 6. Finally, the confrontation between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader is upon us. The true battle, not a weakened, powered down version, PTS-riddled Obi-Wan versus a maddened Vader. This is a fully realized reawakening his Force abilities from episode 3, Obi-Wan going to take on Darth Vader. And it was absolutely masterful. I love the fact that they had the battle completely in the dark so that we could really see the lightsaber action. It's so good, man. If I could get out my initial thoughts of the battle itself, just masterful. It really was. Just being able to see Vader really get in a true fight. Because basically up until this point, everybody that we had seen Vader fight was defenseless or was so far down on their powers that they didn't have a chance to survive in the first place. At least when it comes to live action. Obviously, I'm ignoring the animated shows and the video games. Now, speaking about the actual fight itself, can we just acknowledge the fact that Darth Vader basically did a Hulk smash onto the ground with the Force? That was cool. And just their mastery of utilizing their mind to throw those big boulders at each other. It was even one point where Obi-Wan almost had like a machine gun firing off projectiles at Vader, damaging his suit. Then, of course, we get more of Obi-Wan swinging his lightsaber full force at Vader, and Vader literally just stopping it with the power of the Force. That's always amazing to see. I always get a kick out of that. Also, plenty of Easter eggs within the dialogue as well. As soon as they met each other on the abandoned planet, Vader greets Obi-Wan by stating, "Have you come to kill me?" Obi-Wan states that he will do what he must. Exactly the same statement that he made to Anakin in episode 3, right before their battle. That was always amazing to see. Then, of course, we get that scene where Vader thinks that he's defeated Obi-Wan after he's buried him in the pile of rubble and he begins to walk away. It really reminded me of the Spider-Man comic book or the Spider-Man Homecoming where Vulture buries him underneath all that rubble and he has to remember why he became Spider-Man in the first place, to remember his strength to get himself out of the situation. Same thing here. Obi-Wan had to remember his mission. He had to let go of his guilt for what happened to Anakin and remember his main mission of protecting Leia and Luke and summon the strength within himself to get out of that rocky grave. Such an amazing scene. Definitely one of my favorite from the entire episode. And it was at this point where the tide of the battle began to turn and Obi-Wan's mastery of the Force really shined through over Vader's lack of understanding of the dark side. Gotta remember, this is only 10 years since Vader has turned, so he's still technically in training. And this definitely fits perfectly into canon because when they meet again in A New Hope, Vader states that when you met me last, I was but a learner, but now I am the master. This fight makes that statement make perfect sense. Also, absolutely love the climax of the battle as well. So how Obi-Wan ends up taking the win as he takes his hilt and he bashes it into Darth Vader's breathing apparatus, the front plate of his suit, which, jacks up his breathing. Why that's on the front part of his suit, who knows? And he also slashes against the left side of the helmet, revealing Anakin Skywalker, kind of akin to the Ahsoka battle where she slashes the right side of the mask, revealing Anakin Skywalker. A beautiful yin and yang climax to the battle, which had such a beautiful outpouring of emotion. It ended with Obi-Wan to the borderline of tears, trying to pull Anakin back to the light, just apologizing for everyone because he was still under the guise that he was the reason that Anakin turned. And Anakin reaffirmed that he was not the reason. He turned because he wanted to turn himself. It was all about his selfish needs and him wanting to claim power and to save Padme. And it was at this moment where Obi-Wan really fully and truly let go of his guilt, where I'm not the reason. It's not my fault. You did this. and he was able to bid his farewell and walk away, just let it go. It was just beautiful. It was masterful storytelling for this section of the show, in my opinion. The continued relationship of Anakin and Obi-Wan will always be one of the most popular in all of media, and this combination of storytelling to kind of finish it out slightly will always be such a beautiful thing to witness, in my opinion. Now let's talk about Reva. So it was going around the fandom that people were really upset that she survived her encounter with Darth Vader. But unfortunately, I have to point out that there's been plenty of times in the Star Wars universe where people have survived the impossible, from getting cut in half to swimming in lava and floating in space and being able to float back to the ship virtually unharmed. I don't understand why getting stabbed in the stomach, people are having such a hard time understanding this. It blows my mind, to be completely honest. Now, I do have some legitimate concerns about how they closed out Reva's current story arc. How did she get to Tatooine? Let's start there. I feel like them starting the episode, her automatically being there to hunt for Luke, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I would have liked to have seen how she was able to heal somewhat from the stab wound and get up and sneak onto a ship and make her way all the way to a different planet. Also, the whole "I'm gonna go kill your son since I can't kill you" revenge trope, that's happened in other forms of media before. I've never been a fan of it. Same scenario here. I just don't like it. I feel like that's lazy writing. It's kind of a cop-out. If you're going to go after somebody, you need to go after the person that actually did it, not after their offspring, to set off your revenge, especially when it includes a character that we already know the future of, especially when the revenge plot is her trying to kill a child, when the whole reasoning for her revenge is because Anakin killed all of her childhood friends. So you're going to essentially do the same thing? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Then, of course, as no surprise to anyone, as her plan fails, because we all know the story of A New Hope, she converts back to the side of the light, which I feel like was really fast to get all that in 6 episodes. I mean, we kind of realized, especially in episode 5, that she was teetering back and forth between the light and the dark anyways, but to get her complete transformation to the side of the light just because, Obi-Wan helped her realize that she was becoming just as evil as Darth Vader, that she was going to kill a child. I mean, I get it. I kind of accept it. And obviously, you're going to need that if you're going to give her her own series. So you just have to accept it, I guess. Now, do I hate Reva's character? No, absolutely not. Could she have been written better? Yes, absolutely. Could she have had some better line delivery? Yes, absolutely. It could have been a lot better. But all these Star Wars fans that's just going out of their way to just, want to burn it down to the ground, I think that's a little aggressive. If you have legitimate criticisms with this character that makes sense, I don't have an issue with that. But if you've been claiming that you've hated this character all 6 episodes, claiming woke Disney, then I'm going to assume that you're an idiot. Flat out. So after the climax of the battle and Vader makes his way back to his castle to recuperate, we get a really cool cameo appearance from Palpatine. He questions Vader on his motives to continue the hunt for Obi-Wan and saying that, don't you think maybe your old feelings are harboring your strength? Maybe it's causing you a weakness, bringing back the hatred of Anakin Skywalker to go after Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then, of course, we get a reaffirmation from Vader stating that he is loyal to his master and he is loyal to the dark side. In a way, I think Palpatine has a point. Maybe it was the light pulling towards Anakin that caused him weakness, that caused him to lose to Obi-Wan. Then, as peace comes back to Tatooine for the time being, we see Obi-Wan actually get to meet Luke Skywalker for the first time, where he gives us his most iconic line of all time. Hello there. Oh, just absolutely brilliant. Now, if we would have gotten so uncivilized, my mind would have exploded. Ha! To all in all, to say, man, I absolutely love this show. And then, of course, to set the climax off in motion, we get another amazing cameo appearance from Liam Neeson himself as Qui-Gon Jinn's Force Ghost. Now, of course, the best part of this little interaction is, I don't know if this is more just Liam Neeson and his own personality, or if he's just such a good actor. Maybe this is just how Qui-Gon Jinn actually acts too. He's like, I've been with you the whole time, Obi-Wan. You were just so depressed. He didn't say that, I'm sorry. You just weren't ready to see me yet, that's all. So good. So good. He's like one of those Jedi's characters that is so sad that he got killed in such an early fashion. You would have loved to have seen those what if stories of what if he had survived? What if he hadn't have gotten the chance to train Anakin himself? There's no way Anakin would have turned to the dark side if he would have trained him. So good, man. You know, overall, I really enjoyed this show. Did it have its issues? Yes. Did it have some problems? Yes. But did I love it as a Star Wars fan? Absolutely. Is it better than The Mandalorian? No. Is it better than the Book of Boba Fett? I'd say it's about the same. It's about the same, man. You know, the Book of Boba Fett had its wonderful moments. This show had its wonderful moments. The exploration of Obi-Wan and Anakin's relationship will never get old for me, ever. Then we have this final little scene with Leia and Obi-Wan hugging it out, and him telling her that they needs to not mention their relationship ever to keep both of themselves safe, which keeps the canon of A New Hope absolutely canon still. So gotta love it, man. I love this show. Was it perfect? Like I said, no, but I enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit this like button. I think I've said everything I've needed to say about this episode and about this series. If you're a Star Wars fan, you are in exactly the right place. I tend to cover all of the new shows, the action figures, whatever with Star Wars in general interests me. Don't let it ever be forgotten that you guys, by watching these videos, allow me to continue to live out my childhood through my adulthood and make a small, minuscule income for it, and I couldn't be more grateful. You can follow me at youtube.com/SmartJack79. I am also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. My friends, may the Force be with you. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.